Yeah, what's up, J2O, man? You already know we out here, the FOREX KING, the Road King. So we're gonna react to this video from Hunter FX. Shout out to Hunter. Easy FOREX trading strategy for small accounts by Mamba FX. So I like to react to videos that have been reacted to. So so you get two for the price of one. To see what we, the people, think. So let's get into the video.
Another really controversial
And he be doing a couple
video.
reaction videos, so you check it out.
Looking at Mamba FX. I've already looked at a couple of this guy's stuff. I think he's another person that's got a little bit of controversy around him.
True.
I'm actually kind of liking him. He's kind of funny in the starts of the video.
Let's pause it real quick. So I guess Mamba FX. I know there was some beef with like Ty, I guess, in the past. I don't know, people trying to call people fake, real, trade-off, all that. But, it's entertaining, I guess. But let's get back to the video.
So let's see, he just posted a new video here on a strategy. So let's see what kind of strategy he actually can come up with.
Hey.
Alright, first of all, guys, this is a strategy, he says, specifically for small trading accounts. So let's see how it goes. First, I wanted to just notice, I've seen this photo before. I've seen that before. I think that's in Trader Nick's.
I feel like all traders got like a bull or bear,
Also, I think this is a really cool.
A bear stands for bearish, bull stands for bullish.
I would actually love something like that, maybe up on the wall.
I think it's like a trader thing.
Obviously not that same one, but that'd be really cool. Actually, let's jump into it, guys.
What's popping with you guys, man? I hope you guys are all having a great day. I hope you guys
make some decent intros.
Right now it's Memorial weekend, so it's kind of like not a good time to trade. But I know it's been a while since I've been on here, and just gonna keep it real honest with you guys. I've been eating a lot of booty. No, but to keep it real with you guys, real life problems have kind of piled up for me. So I really wasn't able to post much. I wasn't able to do a lot, interact with you guys like I was doing. So
see, this is what I mean, guys. This is every intro. He does something really funny, and I watched a couple of them, and I just basically watched the intros just to see which intro was funny. This is another one. This is good, man. I kind of message me
to skip it.
That what I've taught them has helped them get the FTMO challenge beaten, something like this, and it's. I wonder why. It seems really weird. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the people I hang out with, but the way that a lot of these Forex traders dress, like a gangster type thing. I don't know if that's like an offensive word or something like to him or whatever, but it's just it's kind of weird, man. I don't know why.
Stop record. So I feel like everybody dress whatever they want to dress on social media or YouTube. I wouldn't say people try to dress like a gangster. It's just different styles, or when people be making money, they want to like look a certain image, So I wouldn't say people try to be gangster. They wearing a lot of tattoos or piercings or stuff like that. But everyone got their own style or the image they want to, I guess, show off or potentially look like, But just what it is, man. It's 2020. People just be doing their thing with their money, and fashion and styles is going with trends or whatever. But it is what it is.
I shouldn't say anything about it, but it's just kind of something I noticed. Like a lot of these Forex traders, they kind of dress the same, like flashy clothes and stuff like this. I don't. Maybe I'll start dressing that way once I get actually better at Forex. So we'll see.
All right, guys. So let's go ahead and go over this quick little strategy, and pretty
much all this is going to be
like a two confirmation strategy. And anytime you see two of these confirmations together, basically, is you're going to get in the trade, you're going to have a good stop loss with a very high take profit. You're going to continue to do this exact same strategy over and over again throughout the week with profitable setups, and overall, you're going to see major growth. Okay, so
sounds promising.
Damn,
let's do it.
First things first. Okay, what do we see here? Right?
Right now, look at uptrend. If you ask me.
Boom. We can see that we are in an uptrend, right? But why would we get in this trade just off of one confirmation? Yeah, we're in an uptrend. That's cool. But is this trend line really enough power to know?
Let's stop right here. So as you can see, it is uptrend, Like when you draw these like trend lines, you should try to catch multiple wicks. So yeah, I guess he caught some here, he caught some here. So it's a valid uptrend. And this is a 4-hour chart for USD CAD, as you can see. So the higher time frame confirms the uptrend. And I guess he's using moving averages to determine the trend as well as indicators below. So if you look at this, obviously, the market rejected off the trend line as an area of support, and then came back down here and rejected this as an area of support. And if you trade using moving averages, I guess is what? I can't even see his colors right now. Maybe it's blue. I don't even know what color it is, but obviously this one here is for like bullish momentum, and the red is for bearish. But right now it's a bullish market, so that's why the moving average is above that. So I see what he's doing.
That we should buy here?
That's
absolutely
useless.
not. But what else do we see here? Check this out, okay? We saw a rejection to the downside on a beautiful support that used to be resistance.
True.
So now what? We have two confirmations, and now we can get in this trade. So check this out. We saw that rejection, okay? Our stop loss can be just below this little zone, right? Because if it breaks below this support, most likely it's going to continue down, right? Because it's just broke below a major, support that used to be resistance. So let's just put it right below for about 23 pips, okay? And what are we going to target, okay? We could have easily targeted this area. We could have targeted this area. Why this area, you might ask? Because of this. Okay, look at all this buildup right here.
Let me stop it real quick. So as you can see right here, the market kind of like rejected here with the exhaustion wick. So there's an area of resistance. So I can see how the resistance now becomes support. That's why you could buy around the zone area. I know he wasn't real. I guess he said yes, you could hit the trend line, but sometimes it can break the trend line. So that's why when you trade, you can have an ideal zone area where you want to buy, which you should buy around this area. For take profit, there's many ways for take profit. You can use Fibonacci zones. You can use quarter theory points, or you can just go for every like 20 pips or 25 pips, take profit or take partial along the way. There's so many ways for your exit strategy, because you don't want to hold a trade too long, especially if you're aiming for a scalp move, which it seems like a potential scalp move where the case is. Then the market can eventually come down if you hold it too long, and then be blown. So you gotta understand when to get out the market, And also, I guess the stop loss area, clearly it didn't go down here because we're still in a valid uptrend. So there's like a safe risk to have like a short stop loss, So I see. But I guess he should be more like specific about the whole take profit area. Tell others.
Okay, this is a spot where, price interacted a lot. So we could easily have targeted that, okay? We could have targeted up here on this double top. Never would have got hit, but, it is what it is. I personally would have, stopped the break even around this area.
Okay.
Or, whatever. You just stops the break even once you see it's kind of pretty much hit a spot where support or resistance was made, and just monitor it a lot. Keep watching it. That's a very important part. But, okay, first take profit. Second take profit right here because of this.
Okay.
In this area, boom. Okay. Just monitor these things. Look for that support and resistance as your take profits, and then kind of just,
All right, so quick note here. I had to pause the video there. He's talking a lot about the take profits, which honestly, your take profit is the least important thing of your trade. Your most important is where's your stop. Second most important is where's your entry, right? And third most important is your take profit. And he's really he's talking about the take profit in a very vague way, which is fine. He's just kind of saying you can put it anywhere around here. Like, it looks like there was a lot of action there before, so take profit around there. And it's not like a really decisive way to trade. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that as a take profit, but I would prefer to use some sort of strict rule. So, over here, I would say, okay, that's the untested supply zone, so that's why I'm taking profit at that zone, or the previous highs or something like that. Not just, it seems like there's a lot of action there. It seems like it's very hard for new traders to at least pick up on what your trying to teach them, right? Because they need to follow these set rules. And in terms of the entry, he just kind of skipped over this. Hopefully he gives some more examples, because I'm super confused on why he entered there.
What's over here? So I guess for trading, I mean, everyone has their own rules, reasons why to get in trade. Some people need 2 or 3 confirmations to enter a trade. Like, for example, one confirmation could be basically looking at the trend line. Okay, we have a trend line rejected. That's one. We have resistance zone that's coming support. That's 2. We have like this moving average. That's 3. So people have different reasons why they should enter a trade. And then when you enter a trade, you should have an idea of potential, like your stop loss or whatever, to like minimize your risks, and potential take profit areas, so you know if it's worth taking a trade. Because just because you see a trade, you gotta see if it's worth it. You know, you want to know, like, okay, if I take this trade, what is my potential gain for the risk? So the gain was clearly a lot, so this trade was worth taking despite the risks. So you gotta develop rules and, you know, decide how you want to trade, or what type of position, or the type of percentage of the account you willing to risk on a trade. Obviously, you shouldn't risk a lot, but, you know, depending on your skill level, some people are high risk traders and they might risk a lot. So that's my 2 cents.
Other than it just simply bounced on the SR flip, and you have no idea if that's actually going to be a bounce on the SR flip. You just simply see it's an uptrend, right, which is drawn arbitrarily with a trend line, just loosely, and then you see a bounce. Where are you entering? Are you entering on that wick? That wick could have easily
It's probably entering around that zone area.
The previous demand zones here, and then stopped you out and then kept going. So I don't understand the logic of the entry, so hopefully he gives another example here.
Adjust your stop loss and follow it all the way so you can get your max growth. But never leave anything on the table, okay? Remember that. Never, ever, if you're up 45 pips, never.
Yeah, you probably got in around this zone area.
Just let it run. You have to put your stops to break even. You have to adjust your stops and follow it. That is a very important part about this, okay? So,
I don't know if
with that being said, this would have been a 93 pip take profit for a 23 pip stop loss. Okay, it's a 1 to 4. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go look for something else real quick. Okay. So this is an okay setup. We can see that we are in a pretty broken market structure. So look, we have a steep trend, very steep trend. We have, what else do we have? Let's look for another confirmation.
Yeah, downtrend.
Look at this beautiful little support that's now resistance. Just beautiful, right? 2 confirmations. Steep trend. We also see that we have pretty much projected a prior support, which is now resistance. But what else do we see, guys? Look at this. Market structure was broken. Mm-hmm. This little support that it kind of made, okay, I'll arrow this out so you guys can see it. This little support was made here. Boom.
Okay.
Boom. It then broke below, came back to retest, broke above, and now plummeted.
Yeah, you gotta be careful on taking these type of trades. When you see it break
downside push,
support,
coming back to breathe for a little bit before
you don't want to like chase it, because it obviously retraced back up before it dropped down.
Alright, so once again, guys, I gotta pause. I gotta jump in on this, and I gotta comment on it again.
Let's see what you guys say.
The problem that I'm seeing right away with this strategy is he's using SR flips a lot, and I noticed, I looked at a couple of his other videos really quickly, and he does use SR flips a lot. And he does have...
Let me put my 2 cents real quick. So yeah, like I was saying, so obviously it broke this support area. So I know some people try to cast a drop for a downtrend. So they got in, yes, they got in, but then the market retraced back up. Boom, boom, and then retested this area that was support that's now resistance. So a better entry would be to wait for the retest. But I understand sometimes there is no retest, but in this case there was. So you got to be mindful with the market conditions and the way the candlesticks are moving. So obviously this is a great entry to get in for the sell, and then you didn't have to worry too much because this area was being respected as resistance. So then once it finally broke this area here, you know it's gonna be like a big drop. So it broke down. So you see, boom, bam. So obviously, better entry would be to wait for the retest. But let's continue.
Have a good foundation of how to trade, but the problem I'm seeing with the actual strategy is that when you're seeing the bounce off of the SR flip, he's saying that, okay, after you see the rejection, then you enter. But you can't enter the second it starts rejecting, because in the current situation, you won't even know it's a rejection until you see this large candle close down here, right? And then what do? So he's not adding extra info, because you can't just enter on that candle close and then target lows here, because then your trade is going to be a very low risk reward trade. It's going to be very risky for you after you see that giant move. So the next thing that you could do to add to his strategy, and hopefully it makes it better, you know, if you guys watch this, you guys might be able to use it, is after you see the rejection, wait for that pullback, and then enter on the retest of that supply zone. And I imagine if we jump back to the previous,
it'll be wise
here,
if they give you a retest.
This example, you would have actually missed the trade, because you would have seen that engulfing candle off of that zone, and then you would have waited for the pullback, which generally they will pull back if it's untested, and then that's where I would have entered, and then you could have had a decent R trade going into it.
But this example is for a chart, so
how could we have gotten in this with our stops and take profits?
It takes a while.
Okay, once we saw the rejections on this beautiful resistance, what do? Okay, stop loss just above, because if it breaks above that, we know price is probably going to continue. So this is where my take profit would have been. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you guys. Take profit would have been here, but why would my take profit be?
Yeah, so you see, this is what I'm saying, is he's actually teaching something different than what he's showing on the chart. He's saying that he's just blindly entering on an SR flip, right? But that's not using what he just told you. He told you to wait for 2 confirmations at least, right? So his first confirmation here was the trend line, and the second confirmation is the rejection off of the SR flip. But if he's entering immediately on this test, then he's entering prematurely. Yeah. So he's actually not doing what he's teaching. So I don't know if there's something more to the strategy, or he's just a bad teacher, or he's going to explain.
I feel like sometimes when you trade for a while, it's second nature, and you just do what you do and not follow rules.
Solid understanding of how the market works here.
So
look at this support.
So yeah, that's my thing. I feel like when you trade for a while, sometimes you just go with what you see because you see it so many times. So sometimes people may not follow the rules because they're used to just, you know, trading and seeing potential setups. So it is what it is. But that is pretty much, you know, my 2 cents on this video, my reaction. Definitely like, comment, subscribe, and let me know what you think. Was this, you know, helpful? Did you learn anything? And you already know, we out here.